Right, gentlemen, what else?
Second.
Can I finish what I started to say? Since we got supply of money and stuff, I like to see that the employee Christmas party be put back, and try to see something about 1% bonus. Try looking at a 1% bonus for the employee. Put the Christmas party back if you don't mind. Take a look at it.
Don't take a vote on that.
I make a motion that we do.
Well, there's already a motion on the floor.
Gentlemen, if y'all want to adjourn and get out of here, y'all want to rest with this budget workshop, even though we had to, but if we need to go ahead and stand with that motion, and y'all don't want to discuss the budget anymore to help the city, that's certainly something you can stand by if you like.
You got $450,000 worth of extra money.
Councilman Myers, I'll call you out of order. I can't call you out of order for disparaging comments. That is your, absolutely I can and I will. You are talking about an opinion, okay? You have an opinion about that money, okay? That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. But if you don't need to disparage what other people have done in the decision that they've made.
Now, can I make my opinion?
If it's not going to be a continuation of the comments you've made before.
You passed $450,000 in additional revenues. You ought to let the interim city manager put the pencil to it, make the decisions on the priorities based on capital budgets, based on employee retaining, based on raises, or whatever she needs to do, and present you back with a balanced budget.
Councilman Myers, I appreciate
My
that.
motion's still on the table.
I appreciate that, and I respect that, but it's a flip-flop argument. Sometimes you say, let's have a budget workshop, let's give direction, and then you say other times, it's the city manager's responsibility. So, do not interrupt. So,
it's not a flip-flop, and the fact that you use these disparaging remarks constantly, there's no point in discussing something when you've got more money than you need to do everything that's on there that's been taken out of the budget.
No, to be very clear, I said that money should sit as a contingency. According to state law, we are responsible. Do not interrupt me.
It wasn't in the motion.
Councilman Myers.
It wasn't in the motion. That wasn't in the motion. It wasn't in the motion. You stated it was your opinion, but it wasn't in the motion. Therefore, it's not contingent. If you want to go back and change the motion, y'all do that.
Are you finished?
I'm done.
Okay. The statement was that you guys asked for a budget workshop, the third one, even though we've had two prior, and several members of council gave no direction. What's been done tonight is to give direction. Typically in a workshop, we don't make a motion on everything. So I think it's perfectly fine to give some more suggestions and direction. My suggestion was, based on looking at the budget and these numbers, we have business licenses that I wonder, and I hope it's true, but I wonder if it will be close to what's budgeted. I'm wondering if we haven't over-budgeted those. If we have, that's money that we don't have to spend on something else. I think it's wise to be cautious with the taxpayer money that we are responsible for taking care of. I think also, if you look at the line item on the city attorney, the money that's already been spent this year compared to what's budgeted for last year is incredibly far apart. So I think letting the majority of that money that was transferred, the auditor cleared, and it allows us to not increase taxes, and, so some further direction on some small things in there is exactly what we've been asked to do in this budget workshop. Just because you're ready to go home and stop talking about it doesn't mean that there's a reason to stop sharing information.
I guess you don't understand the spirit. It's only in one direction.
Madam Mayor.
Yeah, you still have a motion on that.
Yeah, there is a second, a motion, a second on the table. I wish you would follow Robert's rules of order. It'd be nice if you do that. But areas of comments, I agree, can't go one direction. You can't say you guys want to do this and cast dispersions on someone that disagrees with you. Now, what I think Rick was getting at is on page 1, item 4, indirect reimbursement from O&M. nothing is free in this world. When we're talking about adding $1.5 million, transferring that over, whether you want to call it a slush fund or whatever, but you're talking about transferring money over to make it available. That changes the whole paradigm here. When you're making decisions on how to, if that money's available, that we have to go back and look at all this in context. And I still say it's a matter of priorities. We don't have the expertise up here. We're depending upon department heads and city managers to give us priorities. Now, all that's going to change with this money shift we made tonight. So I think we've got to go back and look at this again with this in the context of this new change we've got.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the table to adjourn. I'll call the question.
Mr. Isom?
Aye.
Mr. Jumper?
Let's take that motion again.
The motion was to adjourn, even though we were still discussing. The motion was to adjourn.
Yes.
Mr. Jenkins?
As long as it don't come back up again.
Mr. Myers?
We need to finish, start here.
Yes,
This is not kindergarten, this is talking about business and case, and that's what we need to do. We need to put childish stuff aside and take care of business.
yes, we're adjourned.
No.
Mayor Martin?
No. So adjourn.